Hope you all are doing well. Happy October, right? October is already here. We are in our first week, and I would like to say that it is smooth sailing from here, but it is not. It is not. Because we are in change, and change does cause things to what? Change. That's exactly right. But the good thing is that we're being really supported right now with our planets, especially Mars and Venus. It's really helping us balance those feminine and masculine energies. The thing with Libra is that Libra is always looking for a balance. It's always looking for harmony. And there is a lot of this Libra energy going on. So we are starting off this week with an understanding that there's a lot of stuff that we're going to have to let go of. We understand that there's things that need to change, and while maybe the core isn't bad, it is the other stuff that has happened from that time, like the branches, for example. But in order to fix the core, we're going to have to really get down to those roots to make sure that it doesn't happen again. The problem of it is that we can always put a band-aid over it, but it's not going to heal the actual illness. So, and I do use that as what's going on in this world, because it is an illness. When people that are trying to rule over other people, trying to judge people, trying to control others, that's not good at all. That is part of that, that mentality of I'm better than you, of ego. It's ego operating into its negative aspects. So ego is important. I know a lot of people want to get rid of the ego, but the ego is what helps you actually go down your spiritual path. So the ego actually helps us more than we realize. So for us, like I stated, we do have a lot of supporting energy, and Libra is aiding us to expand our thinking and to trust in ourselves. It seems that a lot of people are uneasy about tapping into their self and trusting themselves. So with that saying, we need to listen to ourselves, and that means our intuition. We need to stop looking outside of us. This is about taking our power back, our sovereignty. We are seeing the importance of a healthy, conscious partnership. And partnerships mean everything. It means friends, jobs, relationships. Just partnerships is always a better word, because when you say relationships, people automatically go to love. So there is a great energy for healing here, but we are going to have to understand what compassion is. We're really going to have to start understanding what compassion is, what empathy is. We are being made conscious of the power of teamwork, and that is Libra. Every single day it's all about teamwork. It's all about our relationships and our partnerships that help us grow consciously. It's about helping someone else, putting yourself in someone else's shoes. So we are leading up to the new moon that is going to be happening on the 6th. And I will say that this is going to be a powerful new moon, because all of our personal planets are going to be aspecting somewhat of our outer planets. So this is really when we're having to consider others' energies, because this is a shift that we are in, and we are being pushed to kind of to level up, to take a step up in evolution, we need to look ahead a bit as well. We can't concentrate on the here and now all the time. We have to look forward as well. I mean, I can understand, well, we need to have something fixed now. Well, that's true. We need to have something fixed now, but we also have to look at down the road. And excuse me, I do apologize. My allergies are killing me. But we do have to look on down the road for a little bit to see what actually is going to happen. Now, I want to go to today where we are. This energy is really taking us to a point, to like a fork in the road. And if you're feeling like you're stuck and feeling like you're not going forward, well, that's where you are. You're at that crossroads. And from here, you need to let go of something that you know you need to let go of. And it seems like this is something that we have known for a while that we need to change, but we've just kind of been putting it on the back burner because, hey, listen, change is hard. Change is hard for all of us because it takes us out of our comfort zone. We want to be, you know, sitting back on the couch with our feet propped up and, you know, being in our zone and chilling. And now we're being pushed out of that and we're made to work. Well, we do have to work because that is the whole message here is about action. You know, we are going to get to a place, but it's going to actually take us moving us there. So the biggest thing here is that you need to trust in yourself. Mercury is in retrograde and he is going back over, you know, where he has walked before. And he's doing so with like a fine-tooth comb. And he is, he's bringing clarity to where there was once fogginess. And right now with all of the outer planets retrograde, it's really hard for some people because that is our outside world, that is our environment. So there will be some clarity coming to us, and it may require us to stand our ground. We're just coming to that point to where it is time to make a decision if you want to go this way or that way. And, you know, it doesn't matter. It matters to the point to where you have to see what is going to be the best for you in the long run. Listen to your intuition and listen to the inner voice within you. Stop looking outside of yourself for fulfillment. Look inside for that. Because we are getting to that place where we cannot go back. And we are going to have to do what is best for us. So something is opening up. It is opening up because we're going to have 3 planets go direct this month. So it's really going to help, starting with the first one, which is Pluto. Pluto in Capricorn. He is going to station on the 6th and go direct. This is the first time that, the first time that Pluto was at 24 degrees Capricorn was back in February of 2020. So you see that connection there. There's a lot of different connections that's coming up, and there's a lot of things that are coming back that wants us to look at it differently. Wants us to look at it with more clarity. So, and he will actually move forward and not return during our lifetime. So where Pluto is now, you know, he's going to be leaving Capricorn. So that is going to be another shift there, but this is a great significance because this is an ending. And when Pluto is in Capricorn, that is hitting all of the the higher people, like the businesses, government, those type things, higher authorities. And so maintaining this harmony is going to be really hard, again, because you're going to have to make some boundaries known. Stand up for yourself. Harmony is going to be key for this month. It's important for us to have our energy working in harmony like ours. We need to make sure that we are, you know, working on our chakras, working on our energy. If we're feeling off, we need to go ground. We need to, you know, take that bath if we need to take a bath, and so forth. And Libra again is about sharing. It wants to share, and this is pulling you to share your gifts. Libra wants to know what you or how you are sharing your gifts with the world. So that's going to be very important. And I see a lot of people changing and turning, and with the reading I did, you can see that in the Tower card. That was the first card where it was about work. So there is something that's been calling to you for a long time, and like I said, you're at that fork in the road, so it's time to answer that call. I feel this energy is encouraging us to do things differently than we would normally do things, to see a different side, because there's so many different potentials here that it's going to require us to actually move. In order for this full moon to be good for us, in order for us to manifest what we want to manifest, we are going to have to move forward. So, you know, don't expect things to happen overnight, though. Understand there's a process. We live in this time of instant gratification, so if something doesn't happen within an hour, we think that nothing happened. It takes a while. It's a process that we have to go through. So this is very beneficial. So from the 1st to the 3rd, the Mars and the Sun in Libra opposed Chiron retrograde in Aries, and that can make us a little insecure because it's going to show us what we are fearful over. It will make us see some of our greatest fears, and we're going to have to face them because of the fact that we are needing to heal here. Chiron is the wounded healer, and this is all about healing those hidden parts of ourselves. So, you know, one of the biggest things that really helps us healing and really helps us to understand is to know where we came from, to know our ancestors. And this is October is the month of our ancestors, so it's very important that you know where you come from. And when you know where you come from, it kind of opens up doorways within you. It answers many, many things. And I suggest everyone that is beginning on their spiritual path to always try to see their DNA, do their family tree, figure out where they come from. So, and this is, I feel like we may be having something from our past coming back up. Something could be happening that could trigger something from the past. I know a lot of people have been having exes contact them. And, you know, that's going to happen, especially during this time, all of these retrogrades. You can expect something from the past to come back that was not closed. This is going to be a time of a great unveiling for a lot of things. I will say more and more is going to be coming out of this. October is wanting us to grow, but grow in ways of evolution, of spiritual, of our soul. It is time to really step up in where we are in the world. When we look at everything that we have and everything that we're capable of, and then look at where we are, there's still people in this world battling over whose religion is better. And that is one thing that is really just, it's in the past, and that's one of those things that needs to go. Libra is about partnering, so we will be concentrating on that as well, about how we work in our relationships. The new moon is really, really urging us to move forward. So the sun will conjunct Mars at 14 degrees Libra. And this is a power. This is a personal power. This is looking at something that you're ready to partner with. Some of you may be thinking about going in business with someone else. Some of you may be thinking about just getting married, starting a relationship. This could be a person, a place, or a thing. It's something that you're wanting to partner with someone else to go forward, to do something. We're going to address more deep stuff this week. I can see more stuff coming out. Again, this is a balancing out of harmony, and energy is neither good nor bad. It's our perception of it. So Libra is neither good or bad. It will bring in the good, and it will also bring in the bad. Libra is going to show you what you need to see. And it is going to, it's almost like a mirror. If you are all lovey-dovey and everything is fine and nothing ever happens to you, it's going to put up a mirror to you, and it's going to show you some more sides of yourself that you may not like, that you need to work through. Now, as we move closer into Scorpio, Libra will push, it will keep pushing the mask off of us. So there's things around us that may need to be cleared out. Things that we thought that we knew could be changing at this time. Venus is going to really be talking to our outer planets this month, and on the 7th, the energy will get a little bit lighter as Venus moves out of Scorpio and into Sagittarius. So that's going to lighten that energy. And again, I will say that all of these retrogrades that we are having can possibly connect us to some past lives, some past relationships that we've had, and it's really going to wake us up and bring some clarity for us. Now, for our big event this week, on the 6th of October, we are going to have our new moon in Libra. It's 7:05 a.m. and that is Eastern Daylight Time. You will need to check for your time zone when that new moon will be. And this is going to be a very, very exciting day. It's really going to be one of action. And Mars in Libra is going to quincunx Uranus in Aries. And then the moon is going to conjunct the sun, and that is automatically, that is the feminine and the masculine coming together. And I always like to say, when the masculine and the feminine comes together, it pushes new creation. And that's what that new moon does. New moon is a new moon cycle, it is a new start. But remember, we've got a lot of things that's going on before we can make that new start, because we have to wait till all of these other things come out of retrograde so we can move just a little bit better. We have the moon is going to conjunct Mars, the moon will conjunct Mercury, the sun will quincunx Uranus, the moon will quincunx Neptune, the moon will trine Jupiter, and that Jupiter right there is really going to add some... Jupiter is the joyous god. He is the joyous god. Sometimes he can take it too far. Check your emotions for this new moon because, again, energy will be heightened. I know this is not a full moon. I know it normally happens on a full moon, but there's a lot of action taking place here. There's a lot of conversations between the planets that are taking place, and Jupiter will lighten up some of this, but again, that energy is not going to fully lighten up until Venus enters Sagittarius on the 7th. You know, right now Venus is in Scorpio, and this is getting deep down into things. And, you know, Scorpio is, you know, such a deep sign. The energy is just, it takes you to depths that, you know, you dare not go in regular everyday life. And while Venus has been journeying through Pluto, she's been able to face some things about herself that she wasn't wanting to see. And I think that this has kind of happened for all of us in a different type way. Maybe it is where you have seen where you've sold yourself out. Maybe you have seen where you have given too much. You've made yourself too available. You've compromised yourself too much. Libra says, you need to call back that power. Remember who you are. It is time to balance out the energies within yourself. I cannot say balance enough when we are in Libra, because that is exactly what it's about. Libra also, you can see some court going on. You'll see more actions in court type scenarios. You will see, again, this is going to be an unveiling, but we're going to feel restricted at first, but this is going to, it's going to wash out in the long run. I do feel that there is hope and there is light at the end of the tunnel. I do feel that. I do feel that the things that are going on, because I do see new opportunities arising. I do see new paths emerging. So I do feel that this is going to be, these changes that some of us are having to make, especially on these personal levels, is going to be for our highest good. And I feel that with us changing, it's almost like we're having to see what it's like to walk in someone else's shoes. And Libra likes to do that. It likes to show you the other side, because it wants people to come together. It wants that compromise. It wants healthy partnership. It wants harmony. And that is the way that we should be acting. There's some things that we do as a society that is really outdated. It's outdated. And I understand some things have to happen. I mean, I get that. I get reality. The problem is that we should have already been there. So what can we do in order to work at going forward? Again, this is not going to happen overnight. This is going to be a process, and we have to do this. We have to take one step, and then we have to take another step. These things, this instantaneous things, we have to understand that our real world is not like the internet. And, you know, we get online, we get on this social media, we get these highs from all of these different options and whatnot. We have to understand the difference between that and what reality is. And it feels like, from how all this astrology has been, is that it's been really hard to see what is the reality and what is the illusion. Because it feels like, and this is from what I see, and I can only comment on what I see and what I've experienced, right? And I do see where, You know, there's a lot of people that are wanting that fantasy, but they're failing to realize the reality of the said thing. It's kind of like liking the idea of something. So we have to live in this world of reality, and we can evolve, we can step it up a little bit, but we all have to be on board to do that. And we all have to be in a place to where we want to work at it. We want to have good partnerships, and we want to have good, and we want to have good things for everyone, not just for ourselves, but for everyone on this planet. Everyone should be able to have clean drinking water, and they don't. And that's the sad thing. In this day and age, and everything that we have in this world, there is not one single person that should not have clean drinking water, especially within the United States, especially. So this month, say yes to yourself. Listen to your solar plexus. We're really going to be working at getting our power back. We're going to stop giving too much of ourselves. We're going to learn how to draw those boundary lines. We're going to have to answer the calling that we've heard, in the back of our mind, or that pull that we feel to do something. We are going to answer that. We're at a fork in a road, at the road. We're at the crossroads. So it's very important that we make a decision. It's up to you. It is time to make those choices and to move on. And I'm going to leave you with that. It is time to make those very important decisions, and it is time to work on harmony. And I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful new moon. I'll be back next week for another Astro Update. I hope you have a good week. I wish you all the best, and please, 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 let's work at bringing more harmony in this world. Let's stop with division. Let's stop with all of these different things that are used to manipulate us in many different ways. So let's do that. I wish you all a blessed new moon, and I will see you next time. Good evening.